Are you tired of being told by your doctor that arthritis pain is just something you have to live with? Maybe you've been handed another prescription, told to take it easy, and sent on your way feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of pain that only gets worse with time? I'm talking to you right now because I know exactly how frustrating it feels when your morning coffee ritual turns into a battle with stiff fingers that won't cooperate. When getting out of bed feels like your joints are screaming at you before your feet even hit the floor. When simple tasks like opening a jar or climbing stairs become reminders of what you've lost. But here's what I discovered after diving deep into research that most doctors simply don't have time to discuss during your rushed 15-minute appointment. There are 5 scientifically backed arthritis relief techniques that could dramatically change how you feel every single day. These aren't experimental treatments or wishful thinking. These are evidence-based methods that address your pain from angles your doctor probably never mentioned. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share techniques that research shows can reduce inflammation, improve mobility, and give you back control over your daily comfort. But here's the thing, you need to stick with me until the end, because the 5th technique might be the game changer you've been searching for. Comment relief right now if you're ready to discover what your doctor didn't tell you. And make sure you're subscribed to Wise Elderly Tips because we're about to transform how you think about managing arthritis pain. Technique number 1, the ancient movement medicine. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 72-year-old grandmother who could barely make it up the stairs to her bedroom without gripping the railing in pain. Her rheumatologist had suggested stronger pain medication, but Margaret was already worried about the side effects she was experiencing. Then one day, while walking past her community center, she noticed something unusual, a group of seniors moving in slow, flowing motions that looked almost like a graceful underwater dance. That was Margaret's introduction to Tai Chi, and it changed everything. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I can barely move without pain. How am I supposed to do martial arts? But here's what the research reveals that your doctor probably doesn't have time to explain. Tai Chi isn't about high kicks or intense movements. It's about gentle, controlled motions that actually reduce joint stress while strengthening the muscles that support your joints. A comprehensive 12-week study found that arthritis patients who practiced Tai Chi experienced significant reductions in pain and stiffness while increasing their physical function. Think about that for a moment. Participants didn't just feel a little better, they actually improved their ability to move and function in daily life. The magic happens because Tai Chi works on multiple levels simultaneously. While you're moving slowly and deliberately, you're improving your balance, strengthening muscles around your joints, and increasing flexibility, all without putting stress on already painful areas. The gentle weight-shifting movements help lubricate your joints naturally, while the meditative aspect helps reduce the stress hormones that can actually increase inflammation in your body. You can start with just 10 minutes a day, focusing on simple movements like weight shifting from one foot to another, gentle arm circles, or slow turning motions. The beauty is that you can do this in your living room, and you don't need any special equipment. But while Tai Chi works on your joint from the outside, our next technique addresses arthritis pain through something most people completely misunderstand: the strategic use of temperature therapy. Technique number 2, the temperature secret doctors rarely explain. Robert spent 30 years as a carpenter, and his hands told the story of every project he'd ever completed. By retirement, the arthritis in his fingers was so severe that he couldn't hold his coffee cup without wincing. But Robert discovered something fascinating during his morning routine that his doctor had mentioned in passing but never fully explained. On days when he applied heat to his hands before getting out of bed, then used cold therapy after any activity, his hands could actually grip tools without the shooting pain that had become his constant companion. Most doctors will briefly mention heat and cold therapy, but they rarely explain the strategic timing that makes it incredibly effective. Here's what the research shows. Heat therapy works by boosting circulation and relaxing the muscles around your joints, which is why it's perfect for morning stiffness when your joints feel locked up from hours of inactivity. Cold therapy, on the other hand, works by constricting blood vessels, reducing swelling, and literally numbing pain signals. But here's the crucial part that changes everything. timing is everything. When you wake up with stiff, achy joints, your body has been relatively still for hours. Your joints need gentle warming to prepare them for movement. Apply heat for 15 to 20 minutes upon waking. This could be a warm shower, heating pad, or even warm compresses. This preparation phase helps your joints move more freely as you start your day. But after you've been active, whether that's light housework, a walk, or any physical activity, that's when cold therapy becomes your best friend. Apply cold packs for 15 minutes after activity to reduce any inflammation you may have created during movement. Many people use heat and cold randomly, but using heat when joints are actively inflamed can actually worsen swelling, while using cold on stiff morning joints provides little benefit. The strategic approach changes everything. Always protect your skin with a thin towel, and remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Even this simple temperature strategy can significantly impact your daily comfort level. Temperature therapy works externally, but there's an ancient healing practice that addresses arthritis pain from within by working with your body's natural pain relief systems. Technique number 3, the needle-free healing revolution. When Linda first heard about acupuncture for her rheumatoid arthritis, she was skeptical. How could tiny needles possibly help when powerful medications only provided limited relief? She tried every anti-inflammatory drug her doctor prescribed, physical therapy, and even changed her diet, but she was still struggling with daily pain that affected her sleep and mood. 6 months after starting regular acupuncture sessions, Linda was not only sleeping better, but had actually been able to reduce some of her pain medication under her doctor's supervision. Now, I know acupuncture might sound intimidating or too alternative, but here's what the scientific research reveals. Acupuncture measurably lowers levels of inflammatory chemicals in your body and activates your natural pain relief systems. While research specific to arthritis continues to grow, studies consistently show its effectiveness for chronic pain management, especially when combined with other treatments. What's happening during an acupuncture session goes far beyond the needles themselves. The process stimulates specific points that trigger your body's natural pain-killing endorphins while improving blood flow to affected areas. Think of it as helping your body remember how to heal itself more effectively. Many people think acupuncture is purely placebo effect or new age medicine, but it's actually one of the oldest documented medical practices with measurable effects on inflammation and pain perception. The World Health Organization recognizes acupuncture as an effective treatment for various pain conditions. If you're considering acupuncture, seek a practitioner who has specific experience with arthritis patients. Don't hesitate to ask your rheumatologist for referrals. Many conventional doctors now recognize acupuncture as a valuable complementary treatment. Sessions typically last 20 to 30 minutes, and many people notice improvements after 4 to 6 treatments. The needles are much thinner than injection needles, and most people describe the sensation as a slight tingling or warmth rather than pain. What's particularly encouraging is that acupuncture's effects often continue to improve over time, rather than diminishing like some medications can. While acupuncture requires finding a qualified practitioner, our next technique is something you can implement immediately in your own kitchen, using a spice that's probably sitting in your cabinet right now. Technique number 4, the golden spice revolution. Every evening for the past 2 years, Patricia has stirred a teaspoon of golden powder into warm milk before bed. This simple ritual, originally passed down from her grandmother as a remedy for better sleep, turned out to be more powerful than she ever imagined for managing her osteoarthritis pain. That golden powder is turmeric, and the research behind its anti-inflammatory properties is absolutely remarkable. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which has potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that may reduce arthritis pain and inflammation as effectively as some over-the-counter pain relievers, but without the gastrointestinal side effects that could develop with long-term use of NSAIDs. But here's what most people get wrong about turmeric. Simply sprinkling it on your food occasionally won't provide therapeutic benefits. The curcumin needs to be absorbed properly, which requires specific preparation methods. The key is combining turmeric with black pepper and consuming it with healthy fats. The compound in black pepper, called piperine, increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without this combination, most of the curcumin passes through your system without being absorbed. Here's the simple method that research supports. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder to warm milk with a pinch of black pepper before bed. The warm milk contains fats that help absorption, while the timing allows the anti-inflammatory effects to work while you sleep. You can also add turmeric to soups, stews, or smoothies daily, but always include that pinch of black pepper. Some people prefer turmeric supplements, but whole food sources often provide better absorption and additional beneficial compounds. What makes turmeric particularly exciting for arthritis sufferers is that it doesn't just mask pain. It actually addresses the underlying inflammation that causes joint damage. While you won't see overnight results like you might with a pain pill, consistent use over several weeks often produces lasting improvements in pain levels and joint stiffness. Patricia noticed the difference after about 3 weeks of her nightly turmeric ritual. Her morning stiffness decreased noticeably, and she found herself reaching for over-the-counter pain relievers far less frequently. While turmeric works from inside out to reduce inflammation, our final technique transforms your daily environment into a healing space that supports your joints throughout the day. Technique number 5, your healing environment. After years of struggling with morning stiffness that made his bathroom routine feel like an obstacle course, Thomas made 3 simple changes to his home. The result was so dramatic that he wondered why none of his healthcare providers had ever discussed environmental modifications with him. The changes weren't expensive renovations or major construction. They were strategic adaptations that reduced physical strain on his arthritic joints while making daily activities significantly easier. Research shows that proper home modifications can dramatically improve quality of life for arthritis sufferers by reducing joint stress and conserving energy for the activities that matter most to you. The key is understanding that small, strategic changes often provide the biggest impact on daily comfort. In the bathroom, Thomas installed grab bars near the toilet, and in the shower, added a shower chair so he could sit while washing, and placed non-slip mats to prevent falls during those unsteady morning moments. These changes transformed his most challenging daily routine into something manageable. In the kitchen, he replaced round doorknobs with lever-style handles that don't require gripping and twisting, moved frequently used items to waist height to eliminate reaching, and invested in ergonomic tools like jar openers and utensils with thicker, easier-to-grip handles. Throughout his home, Thomas ensured adequate lighting to prevent the strain that comes from squinting or struggling to see, which can increase muscle tension and joint stress. He also arranged furniture at comfortable heights to minimize unnecessary bending or straining. But perhaps the most impactful change was creating dedicated spaces for rest and recovery. Thomas set up a comfortable chair with good back support near a window with natural light, where he could practice relaxation techniques or simply rest when his joints were particularly troublesome. The goal isn't to create a medical facility in your home. It's to reduce the daily friction that accumulates and worsens arthritis pain over time. When your environment supports your joints instead of fighting against them, you can conserve energy for the activities and relationships that bring joy to your life. Many people focus on aesthetics rather than joint-friendly functionality, but Thomas discovered that practical modifications often look better than struggling with difficult fixtures and furniture. Electric and openers, voice-activated devices, and ergonomic tools aren't just helpful. They can be stylish additions to a modern home. These 5 techniques work together to address arthritis from multiple angles, but understanding how to integrate them into your life is where the real transformation happens. I want you to take a moment and really hear what I'm about to say, because this is important. Living with arthritis can feel incredibly isolating. When you're lying awake at night because your joints are throbbing, when you have to decline social invitations because you're worried about managing stairs or long walks, when you watch other people move effortlessly through activities that have become painful struggles for you, it affects more than just your body. It affects your confidence, your sense of independence, and sometimes your hope for the future. But here's what I need you to understand. You now have 5 evidence-based tools that address arthritis from completely different angles. This isn't about replacing your medical care or abandoning your prescribed treatments. This is about taking an active role in your healing and discovering that you have far more control than you might have believed possible. The gentle movements of Tai Chi strengthen your body while calming your mind. Strategic temperature therapy provides immediate relief while supporting long-term joint health. Acupuncture works with your body's natural healing systems to reduce inflammation from within. Turmeric addresses the root cause of joint pain through natural anti-inflammatory action. And environmental modifications ensure that your daily life supports your healing instead of fighting against it. Choose just one technique that resonated with you today. Maybe it's starting your morning with heat therapy, or adding turmeric to your evening routine, or making one simple modification to your home. Commit to trying it for 1 week, and pay attention to how it affects not just your pain levels, but your overall sense of confidence and hope. Because here's the truth. Arthritis may be a part of your life, but it doesn't have to define your life. With these techniques in your toolkit, you're equipped to face each day with greater comfort, improved mobility, and renewed optimism about what's possible. Today, we explored 5 powerful techniques that most doctors simply don't have time to discuss. Tai Chi for gentle strengthening, strategic heat and cold therapy for immediate relief, acupuncture for deep healing, turmeric for natural anti-inflammation, and home modifications for daily comfort. Each one addresses arthritis from a different angle, giving you multiple pathways to relief and recovery. But I'm curious, which technique surprised you the most? Have you tried any of these methods before? And if so, what was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear to take that crucial first step toward better pain management. If these evidence-based techniques opened your eyes to new possibilities for managing arthritis naturally, I want you to subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips right now. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're here to help you discover practical, empowering strategies for thriving at every stage of life, not just surviving. Remember, you don't have to try all 5 techniques at once. Pick one that feels manageable and commit to it for a week. Small, consistent actions often lead to significant improvements in how you feel every single day. Thank you for taking this journey toward better arthritis management with me. You deserve to wake up each morning with less pain and more possibility. I'll see you in the next video with more empowering health strategies that put you back in control of your well-being. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, your best days aren't behind you, they're ahead of you.